Hello, good day. Welcome to another episode of didnt. And so this part 2 to what the first video we did. And we are still in our COVID-19 season, and we believe that you are keeping safe and you are social distancing, although we are not here. Anyway, so today we want to discuss a very sensitive topic. Assuming you feel drawn to someone else, say at work or at church, should you be able to tell your spouse about it? What are the repercussions? Should you keep it to yourself, work on it, or at what point should you be able to tell your spouse about it? Prissy. First of all, do you think you have to tell your spouse about it?
I think you should, depending on the relationship you have with your spouse, and then you will know how your spouse will react to it. Because there are some people that when you tell them this, then the conclusion is that you are cheating.
Right.
There are others that can take it a bit more lightly and then try and help you figure out how to get out of that situation.
Right.
So I believe it's a two-way thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you think your spouse will not take it right, then you don't tell your spouse. How should you go about it? How should you work on it?
If you have come to the realization that you are getting drawn to someone, I think that the best thing to do is to find a way to distance yourself from the person.
Oh, so you need social distancing?
Yes, as well. In such a situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then spend less time with the person.
Right.
If the person is your work colleague, it should be more of business, and once business is over, that is it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then try and spend more time with your spouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, so assuming that your spouse is one that would take it in the right way, then you can share with your
you should.
spouse.
You shouldn't hide anything from your partner or your spouse. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so with regards to telling your spouse about it, if you thought your spouse would take it well and he or she didn't take it well, what do you do from there?
I don't think you can do much about it, but you have to reassure him that you are still faithful. So there are things you need to do that will need to
prove to your spouse that you are.
So, but if you tell your spouse that I am getting drawn to this person, and he still finds traces of you being close to the person, or in your actions, you call the person, you chat with the person and all that, it will get him irritated and even more suspicious. So you need to reassure your spouse that there's nothing going on.
Right.
Yeah. So I think that is how to go about it.
Right. Okay. Then just to chip this in, I think it would be so great to develop your relationship in such a way that you can be able to share anything and everything with your spouse. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if it's not right that you would feel drawn to someone else, but it would be a good thing to be able to tell your spouse that this is what I think, and because I don't want to err, I'm really letting you in on this, so that, I mean, if there is any way you guys will structure your relationship, your movements, and all to be able to overcome it, then I think that's also
but
a great
think, honestly, some people will not be able to do anything about it, especially for those who have spouses living somewhere else.
Oh, okay.
And then they live in, maybe one spouse live in another city and the other is in another city.
Yeah.
And then maybe the work takes most of the time of one of them.
Okay.
I think the best is to stay away from the person that you feel you are drawn to.
Yeah.
That is how to go about it.
Yeah.
Because in the relationship or in the marriage, you have vows that you are going to stay faithful and committed to your marriage or relationship. So I personally, I don't see why you should be drawn to someone else.
Yeah.
Except you have a psychological problem where you are lacking something that you want someone to feel.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Great. So the key is social distancing from other people, but really, if you have such a situation and you are in such a situation, and you feel that your spouse cannot handle it well, you could also speak to someone you respect to help you out, a counselor to really help you out of that situation. You don't want to get to a point where it gets out of control. And so, I think that if you don't think your spouse can handle it, find someone, speak to them, and then continue to have a great marriage, a great relationship. Thanks so much for joining us on this short one as well. We'll continue to say that stay home as we are, and stay safe. Keep your distance, and let's all stay alive. And remember, no two relationships are the same. Cheers.
Cheers.